Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Oxford Speedway, home for a special event here tonight at the virtual Oxford Speedway. It's the Oxford 250, presented by Track Time Entertainment. We welcome all the race fans from all over tonight to tune in right here on the Herd 3 Racing Network to watch this great racing action. It's been a filled day of racing here virtually at Oxford as these drivers had to all qualify this morning. At the bottom of our screen are the drivers that locked themselves in inside the top 20 earlier on here tonight. They are the drivers that locked in. The other drivers all had to go to the B mains and the C main to work themselves here tonight to the big 250 lap main event. These drivers are out on the field here qualifying tonight to see where they're going to line themselves up and to bring you all the racing action here tonight. My name is Roger Muth up here in the booth. I'll be bringing you the pictures, pushing the buttons, and alongside me it is my great friend from upstate New York, Al Smith. Thanks for joining us here tonight virtually at the Oxford Speedway.
Looking for a very good race here tonight at Oxford, one of my fan favorite racetracks that I would love to get to in the real world, but virtually come here and love this racetrack. You're going to see a lot of great action. We're going to find out who has patience and who doesn't, and who is willing to use that chrome horn here tonight for this special event. 250 laps of action. Long ways to go here tonight, Roger, but they do have a few breaks along the way to let these drivers breathe, and they got 3 extra sets in the pits.
Yeah, let's take a look at that quick race info here tonight. We already talked about the top 20 drivers that did qualify themselves in on their qualifying attempt. 5 drivers from the B main did make the A main here. They're going to be allowed to qualify in. The A main is 250 laps. Competition yellows here tonight will be at lap 100 and lap 200, setting up a 50-lap dash to the end. 1 fast repair, the 3 sets of tires you did allude to, and a fixed setup here tonight. 62 drivers did make an attempt here tonight at this little speedway where there's not much of a straightaway at all. But we got to also thank some of the other sponsors. Of course, we got to thank Pristine Lawn Care for coming on board here tonight. They are going to be our starting lineup presenting sponsor. And of course, we got to give a huge shout out to our friend Pete Polini. Pete battling some illnesses out there, cancer to be exact. And Pete, we hope you stay strong because all these racers are strong for you. They compete tonight in your name here at Oxford. Al, qualifying though. We talked about the tires already and how small this track is. The little curb that's down around all 4 corners of the speedway here tonight. Qualifying, though, how important is it to try and qualify towards the front of this field?
I don't know if it's it definitely is important to qualify towards the front of the field, but you also want to try to qualify on that odd line. You do not want to be on the outside. Not a lot of grip out there on the racing surface on the outer groove. So you want to be on that inside line. If not, it's going to be a long train to the back of the field unless someone makes a mistake and you're able to get down in front of somebody to get on to break that chain up there. But it's going to be very important, especially on older tires, Roger. You want to be up towards the front, or you want to be in an odd position so that way you can start on the inside here at Oxford. Those are the keys that I think that are going to be interesting to see. Who gets a good restart, who's able to maintain the outside. I believe we'll see outside be able to hold on for a few laps on restarts, tires in the pits, all the different tire strategy that we're going to see out here tonight. It's going to be real interesting to see who is going to be a comer and who will be a goer throughout this 250 lap main event.
Yeah, we're going to see which one of these drivers are going to use their coconuts here tonight. That is for sure. Right now, the provisional pole center with just under about 30 seconds. I was going to call it as Ryan Kuhnau, but you just watched it just like I did. Alex McCullum now to the top of the boards here. The 2020 Snowball Derby winner at the top of our 23 cars who have taken qualifying times here tonight. We do have a full field of 25 drivers that will at least attempt to make the green flag here tonight. You're going to notice there is a little bit of a scoring glitch, Al. Even yourself here made the oof of logging in tonight as a racer. And we're giving you the pass here tonight because you're not the only one out there. You're going to see drivers' names out there that competed in the B and the C main that are there just in case somebody may not take the grid here tonight. They will be able to tag the back of the field, but it does look like qualifying is officially over here tonight. We are getting ready to go racing in our A main here as we will, I believe, invert the field here as your starting lineup. A little bit of a warm-up session, actually, Al?
I believe, yeah, a little bit of, we got a few minute warm-up final Final shakedown of these race cars. Make sure the brake lines and the oil lines are all over there as they take out that qualifying oil, Roger. You know that the qualifying oil makes them go a little bit faster. So a little bit of a warm-up here. It shouldn't be very long here, about a 10-minute warm-up. We'll see if they can use that whole time. But final shakedown coming up for these drivers to get out there and turn some laps and get that little feel. You know, the qualifying line versus the race line and the race pace, a lot of difference. Giving these guys a little bit of an option to get out there and get back into that race line form.
Well, Al, here, since we have some time, can you tell me who was one of the last drivers? Or here, I'll even give you the exact year. Back in 2008, who was the Snowball Derby winner? That's where we're at here tonight. The Oxford 250 winner. Who won it back in 2008? Can you tell me?
I'm going to go off the top of my head and say maybe Kyle Busch.
Well, you're close on the fact that it was actually a NASCAR driver that won it back in that day. It was actually the man from Bakersfield, California, picking up the real check. The question being, who will pick up that virtual check here tonight? I just can't pick one driver out of the field. We have Snowball Derby winners here tonight in attendance. We have drivers that have the real-world experience right here at Oxford. I mean, which one are you going to take? The driver who's known here on iRacing or the driver that has the real seat time here at this small track?
I'm going to take whoever crosses the finish line first.
Man, you really like to stick your neck out on the sword here, don't you?
I do. Hey, did we touch upon what they are actually racing for tonight, though, Roger? Big payday here on the line for these drivers that are going to be out there for tonight's feature event. A lot of bonuses, and it's going to be a good little payday for someone out there. I'm going to say I'll stick my neck out on this, and I'm going to say the driver with the more sim time that versus the real world experience will win here tonight at Oxford.
Well, you talked about who's going to win what here tonight. The top 10 for everybody tuning in, they will get a payout here tonight. $200, of course, will go to the A main winner. They will go 60, 50, 40, 30, your top 5. Then it's 15 across the board all the way to the bottom. There are some lap sponsors also here. If you are running 18th on lap 118 here tonight, the Edwards Setup Shop is going to give you $10. Riley Duncan Racing on lap number 97. If you're the race leader, you will pick up $20. Of course, if you're running 8th on lap 38 or 3rd on lap 38, you're going to pick up a custom paint from BG Designs. We got to thank them for throwing in some lap and paint sponsors. Of course, looks like a couple other spots, qualifying. Who qualified on the pole overall is going to pick up 45 from Alex Gretz Chassis, of course. And the pole sitter here in the main event will pick up $30 from Riley Duncan Racing. So we got to really thank everybody that came out tonight who helped out make this broadcast a possible here for everybody that is tuning in, whether you're tuning in live here tonight over on our Turn 3 Racing Network, or if you're watching us live on our Facebook page. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight to watch some great short track racing action. You see these drivers are out there right now getting those final touches. Under a minute here to go, and before we kick things off, we once again got to thank Track Time Entertainment for coming on board. They are the premier sponsor here tonight for the virtual Oxford 250. We got to thank Prestine Lawn Care also for coming on board. We're going to see which one of these drivers are going to take the Prestine Challenge and go down there and wipe out one of those light poles out. We didn't even touch on those things. And, of course, we got to give a big shout-out to our friend Pete Polini, going through some terrible cancer. Pete, we are with you, we stand with you, and we race for your honor.
Pete, a very strong member in the iRacing community, and everybody out here racing, and we wish Pete could be out there and see him out here racing. We know he'll get back behind the wheel here very shortly. But how about you race fans that are tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network? What do you think is the best looking paint scheme? Well, a $20 award is in your hands to one of these drivers out there who has the best looking paint scheme. You can vote in the comment section, and the winner will be announced towards the end of the broadcast there. So you got, let's put a lap on that, Roger. How long do you want to give them before And before we close the voting.
Well, we have a 250 lap main event here tonight. Let's give them till 25 laps to go. Then we're cut off that paint decision, and we'll have to call that here live on the air here tonight. So lap 225, the best paint out there tonight will get called.
Sounds like a plan, so that'll be a very good one there. And I'm really curious. I'm looking over this. There's a mystery prize by Pristine Lawn Care Unlimited. And I wonder what the mystery of that prize is going to be. It's all we got.
I love mysteries, Al. You know that more than anybody. Mysteries are my favorite. It's kind of like the mystery machine out there with Scooby-Doo. You know, I mean, who doesn't love a mystery and who doesn't love Scooby? Of course, who doesn't love coconuts?
I mean, I do like the coconut milk.
Well, which one of these drivers will drink that coconut milk here tonight? Of course, here in our little warm-up session, it does look like Alex McCullum is right now at the top of the boards. He is going to pick up, of course, that pole award here tonight. So he takes the Riley Duncan Racing $30 Pole Center Award here tonight. Congratulations to him. We did just get that passed down to us. So Alex McCullum, the 2020 Snowball Derby winner here on the iRacing.com platform, picking up another trophy to put on top of his mantle, of course. So congratulations to him. Does look like 25 drivers officially have gone ahead and taken a time here. Let's show you those top times right now. There on the left-hand side of your screen, of course, is where the drivers all are being scored right now here on a little bit of a practice session. Under 3 minutes to go. While we're under 3 minutes to go, we have to take a quick commercial break here. Commercial brought to us by iRacing.com, your number one sim.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the Virtual Oxford Speedway here tonight for the Virtual Oxford 250 presented by Track Time Entertainment. Are you in the market for a sim rig? Well, look no farther. Head on over to Track Time Entertainment today, based out of Texas. We thank them for being a big part of tonight's broadcast here and the race for the Oxford 250. Man out, under now 15 seconds to go. The drivers have been out there for 10 minutes after their qualifying session. They are geared up. At this point, what's your mindset? Because you only have a couple seconds before we take the grid.
Right now, taking a deep breath, maybe taking that oh-so-long walk down to the outhouse, maybe, as they all jump off the coconut tree there in turn number one. You see them all getting there, getting some practice in for the demolition derby time. So they shaking the coconut trees pretty good there in turn number one.
Well, I don't know how many coconuts fell out of the tree there, but this is going to be your starting lineup. This is how they will line up here tonight. Our starting lineup brought to us by Pristine Lawn Care. Starting on the front row, he had the fastest time overall in the qualifying session here in our main event, and also picking up that qualifying overall fast time here tonight. So Alex McCullum will start P number 1. To his outside is the driver out of the Northeast. This is going to be number 7 here tonight of Ryan Kuhn. Starting P number 3, driving car 13, this is Thomas Axum. Starting back in the 4th position, he drives car number 42. This is going to be Dylan Alt. Starting back in the 5th position, driving car number 4 here tonight, this is going to be Tyler Cox. Starting P number 6 on the grid, driving car number 95, this is Parker White. Starting back into the 7th position, car number 9, this is Grayson Ward. He had a fast time laid down. It's car number 69 out of Florida. This is Jonathan Bronson, starting in the 8th position. Jeff Cody drives car number 51, hailing out of Canada. He'll start 9th, and 10th is going to go to the driver out of Maine. It's going to be the 73 of Matthew Bourgain.
Starting on the inside of row number 6, that'll be car number 70. This is Dylan Canova out of Florida. Outside of him, the car number 36. This is Connor Rockwood. Pete Howell in car number 52 will roll off 13th. Up to his right side will be Jake Sylvia in car number 78. Starting on the inside of row number 8, we've seen this driver in the main series here that we had over last winter. This is Jason Ricker in that number 26, and he'll be car number 9 on the racetrack. Outside of him will be Devin Landry in car number 12. He'll be in the BK Paints number 1, I believe. Then it'll be Aiden Murray in car number 72, rolling off 17th. 18th will go to Dalton Williamson. Hayden Duffs, which I believe is not in that automobile. I believe that is Riley Duncan in car number 88. Blade Timmons will start 20th.
Rest of your field scrolling as we're getting ready. The green flag is about to drop. We are racing here tonight at the virtual Oxford Speedway for the Oxford 250 here, presented by Track Time Entertainment. Down into turn number 1, everybody gets a good start. Everybody going to follow that number 1 of Alex McCullum. As they come around here, he'll lead lap number 1. Everybody good. One driver off the speedway. That's car number 23. The driver out of Florence, South Carolina. Blade Timmons has gone out into the grass. We stay green flag racing. He'll get that Aaron's Dream Machine refired, and he'll just have to drop back to the 25th position. Blade Timmons has a lot of ground to make up because Alex McCullum is about 2 corners behind him as he is the race leader.
Yeah, McCullum has the back pocket full of Ryan Kuhn in that Bernie's Liquor number 72. And Axum right there in spot number 3, about 2 car lengths off that battle. Your top 2 start to break away. And they're going to start seeing that conveyor about the first driver out of line is back there around Dylan Canova right in front of him. The 73 of Burgoyne working to the inside. I believe that is White. One car sideways down to the inside. Everybody stacks it up, keeps it green. I believe that might have been the 87 automobile of Chase Johnson that was in trouble last time through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, he was sideways, but he got it gathered up. We stay green flag racing. There you see the 87 of Chase Johnson, the driver there out of Chesterfield, Virginia. Drives go-karts down there. Has himself a sweet little car. I saw they got some damage over the last couple of days with his racing. Right now he is back to running in the 16th position. That's actually a pretty good pickup from where he started here tonight. That bottom really working out for him. He did lose a couple there to Ricker and Silvio, so he will now try and regroup and regain some spots just behind him. Austin in that 09 Track Time Entertainment entry. He has got some damage on the nose of that 09. But he also is moving up here. He has picked up 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. Nobody inside that top 5 has moved a spot yet. It's still McCullum, Kuhn, Axum, Alt, and Cox. Right now, your top 5 drivers have not exchanged any blows out front.
No, we got a great battle. It's all the way around the racetrack. Single filing it out inside the top 10. But a little bit deeper in the pack. They are still side by side. Back here to one car that is the number 88. Of Duncan working the outside of the racetrack. He's trying to find a home down low as the 110 of RS Center will go by him. So Center now moving Duncan back here. I believe that is the spot number 23. So Duncan got stuck on the outside of the conveyor belt, and we're going to see that all race long, Roger. I'm really interested to see what happens when we get into lap traffic. In the next probably 10 to 12 laps, McCullum and Kuhn will be in the backside of the field.
Yeah, there's one car going around. Car number 1 gonna go around. I believe that's actually on the timing and scoring for all the race fans tuning in here tonight. That's car number 17. The driver out of Tampa, Florida. He races with the Rev Esports group. He also runs here on a Monday and Thursday evening. Dalton Williamson, representing Red Light Racing, going around here tonight on lap number 13. He will be the first car to go one lap down. Him and his teammate Blade Timmons already have been up and over the berm here tonight. They had a lot of ground to make up in that number 17, the BK Paints Supra out there. So Dalton Williamson, the first driver, one lap down here this evening.
And right as he was getting back out on the racetrack, Austin Thiel, he muscled his way around the number 26 on the scoring of Jason Ricker. So Thiel up 7 positions. He is so far your hard charger of the race in that blue and yellow number 09. He is all the way up there in spot number 15 after starting deep in this one, up 7 spots early on in this event.
And we talked about how it was going to be really hard for these drivers to make some moves here at the front of the field as we go on board here with the Stay Strong Pete onboard camera here. You're riding on board with Ryan Kuhn as he is riding in that second position. Right now, Ryan just kind of biding his time. We're pretty familiar with watching Ryan race here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and he's one of those drivers, he just likes to hang around, save the equipment. Even in the real life kind of things, if you follow the Ryan Kuhn Racing page, he also loves to save his equipment for late race charges. He runs currently in P number 2, right behind your fast timer here tonight of Alex McCullum. A couple drivers making some passes towards the mid-pack back there. I believe that's the 88. He just swapped a position, I believe, with the 71 there. That all-black machine, Aiden, picking up a spot there over Caden Tufts.
Yeah, the 88 there working off the corner. He's right behind that 71 of McConaughey as they work around here. So everybody's starting to get a little bit impatient. They know that there is a race leader going to be bearing down on them. So they're trying to find, starting to see the back end of the car step out, and they're going to overheat these right rear tires, and they're going to get all out of shape. As the 0 of Ryan Kendrick trying to find a way to get around Aiden Murray in at number 72.
Murray right now still has that 17th position right now with Kendrick all over the back end of him in that. It's the 0-0 for anybody that's following along. Now, I even got confused for a second looking down on the roster, but one driver up out of the groove. That's the 87 actually of Chase Johnson. Excuse me, Johnson up out of the groove. He's trying to get back down. RS Center is going to say no, not right here. The Ryan Kuhn's Motorsports driver takes that spot. Now Johnson going to be able to slide in between McConaughey and Center. That'll put him back to running 21st on the scoring pylon. Right now, Chase Johnson went forward like a rocket. Now he's headed backwards like a cinder block. He did find the way back to the bottom side of the speedway, but how much did he use those tires out? We're only 23 laps in, 24 this time by, but Chase Johnson is right now on maybe protection mode.
Yeah, and we're about 76 laps, 75 laps away from that first competition caution flag. So these drivers trying to stay on the lead lap, trying to get into a good position. You got to save these tires. You don't want to overheat them, overwork them, or you're going to be slipping and sliding and begging for a caution so you can come down and take some tires. You have 3 sets available in there, so the crew chiefs are really going to be working at. They also are going to need some fuel possibly here tonight for this race event to help with the balance of the race car. As things start to tighten back up, as your race leader of McCullum is starting to reel into the backside of Blade Timmons. We know Timmons had an off-track excursion early on in this one. He has yet to recover as they close in on the back of the field.
Yeah, we haven't seen any caution flags come out here tonight because the 2 drivers that did go up and over the berm were able to keep the caution flag in the back pocket of the flagman here tonight. He's keeping his coconut on top of things here. Right now, Timmons would love to see that caution flag come out here because, well, our Stay Strong Pete onboard camera with Alex McCullum, he is about 3 car lengths away from putting Blade Timmons as the second car a lap down. He does not want to join his leader or his teammate to battle for that lucky dog position. Blade Timmons really has to get on the hot shoe now.
He does, and one driver that would love to see a yellow flag right now is that number 1 or 17 of Dalton Williamson. He is the only car one lap down on the racetrack right now, so he would get the free pass if the yellow flag were to fly right now, but Timmons is going to take that away from him, assuming the race leaders can get by him. Timmons doing a good job right there on the curb, but they've got the top 2 drivers really bearing down on him as they come through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's going to close up maybe a car length now between your race leader of Alex McCullum and the number 23 of Blade Timmons. Of course, Timmons does race down at the Florence Speedway. There he was a driver that did attend the Myrtle Beach Speedway in South Carolina until the unfortunate closing at Myrtle Beach just a couple months ago. He had to relocate to find a new home track. And Blade, of course, a regular here on the iRacing.com platform, now racing with the Rev Esports stable. As Alex McCullum is officially there. It's equal distance between Timmons, McCullum, and Kuhn right now, as it does look like the inside lane is going to open up. Alex McCullum going to sneak on by here, putting the second car a lap down.
Yeah, Timmons gets up out of the way, bows out of the way, lets the top 2 get by. Now here comes the 13 of Axum. Axum will get by as he's trying to stay in touch with the top 2 leaders. Heavy lap traffic dead ahead of these race leaders as they work around the Oxford Plains Speedway.
Yeah, this track is not very big. That means you cannot hide. If you are just missing the setup by a little bit, or the setup's just not to your liking here tonight, maybe you blew the tires off here in the first couple laps, well, it's going to be a long slide. And lap time still, last time by for your race leader of Alex McCullum, it was a 15.86 second lap. His best time so far here in the race, a 15.52. So just falling off just a little bit. The time still sticking there in the 15-second bracket. We'll see if maybe, possibly, the tires are going to start to take a nosedive. You never know when those tires are just going to go right up over the edge like we have here on the outside of this track.
Yeah, it really depends on how hard you are pushing them, or if you're like the 00 of, I believe that is Ryan Kendrick. He is stuck on the outside of the racetrack, and he is going in the wrong direction as Chase Johnson will get by him. Here comes the 71 of McConaughey working on. This is the battle for the 22nd position. Caden Tufts in that 88 right there behind him in the 1 car. Well, he's down 1 lap to your race leader. He's in jeopardy of going down a second lap here momentarily if he does not get through lap traffic or a yellow flag does not come out.
Yeah, you ride on board here with Dalton Williamson, watching those drivers out in front of him. You will see that 00 of Ryan Kendrick drop the spot there, and he goes right back down to the bottom. Dalton Williamson going to move up to the outside. He will be the first car 2 laps down here tonight at Oxford as he lets the top 2 go right on by. Ryan Kuhn and Alex McCullum have now put him in the rear view mirror. We are approaching lap number 42, ready to go up on the board here tonight. So it'll be 41 laps completed in the Track Time Entertainment Virtual Oxford 250 here from the Oxford Plains Speedway. A great race so far here tonight, race fans. We thank you for tuning in and watching here tonight. 25 drivers did take the green flag. You see a couple of those drivers that read out. Well, they were alternates here tonight. They did not get to take the green flag, but their transmitters are pinging, so that's why they are reading off the track here tonight. At the front, still going to be McCullum as your race leader. He does have that 00 of Kendrick set out in front of him. Caden's going to be the driver that's right out in front of him. Look how hard they're battling, because look at Chase Johnson. He is really trying to hang on right now, and everybody is right beating the bars off his car. Look at that. Everybody going to go straight to the top side. They see the race leaders.
Yeah, they were almost 3 wide that time off turn number 4 as McCullum and Kuhn will slide on by as Kendrick now going to race Caden Tufts down there to the inside for that lucky dog position. Axum's going to get by Williamson. They come off the corner. They are still side by side trying to battle for that lucky dog position. Is now your race leaders work on the 87 of Johnson, putting him a lap down here on circuit number 46.
Lap traffic, nowhere to hide here tonight. You don't want to make the mistake. You don't want to get into the race leaders. You just don't want to be the guy that gets singled out down in, well, what we would call pit road. It would be the Discord. You just don't want to be that guy that has an issue here tonight. Approaching lap number 50, Alex McCullum set both quick times here today. and he still is the fastest car on the speedway. He has actually opened up about a 2-car length gap back to Ryan Kuhn. That's your front 2 drivers as they work themselves through lap traffic. They are still heated up side by side back here. Caden Tuss, and that is going to be that 00 machine of Ryan Kendrick. He is still battling for that lucky dog spot, but they are soon, well, officially they have lost that lucky dog because Chase Johnson is a lap down, if I can read that timing and scoring right. So with Ryan Kuhn trying to bear down, he's actually lost a little more ground. Another car length has gone by there that Ryan Kuhn has lost. Your top 5 drivers still have not gained or lost any spots on the timing and scoring here tonight. Some drivers that are really on the hot shoe right now that have lost a couple. Here's the driver of that number 7 machine, or the number 12 if you follow along on the timing and scoring. Devin Landry, the Ryan Kuhn's Motorsports Driver Studio 10 Designs entry. Beautiful looking car, but right now he is the man that has to get moving. He's got RS Center playing blocker right now because, well, RS Center running in the 19th position. He is the man that is now officially on the bubble here, trying to figure out if they can get any more speed out of this 110 entry.
Landry going to take a peek to the inside there, is off of turn number 2. Sorry, Roger, I had the mic came disconnected there on me.
I hate when that happens, especially when you're being passed to, huh? Isn't that kind of a bad coconut, if you will?
Yeah, well, I think the straw fell out of the coconut there, and, well, Landry trying to find a way around the 72 of Murray to get himself up. As RS Center is going to jump the curb down the inside, and McConaughey is going to work to the outside. Race leaders all over the back of him. Getting out, checking up. It'll be McCullum trying to find a way around the 110 of Center. Center up the racetrack. He'll give way to your race leader, this time off of turn number 4. So RS Center, that one little mistake sends him down 1 lap to the rears. That's how fast it can happen here at the Oxford Plains Speedway. And that curb down there will definitely could hurt the undercarriage of that race car.
Yeah, we're going to have to see in the long run what just happened there for RS Center. You don't usually see him make very many mistakes, but, well, occasionally when he does, it's unfortunate as now he is a lap down and maybe a little bit of damage on that left front of that Camry. I do see a little bit of a wrinkle on that front fender. We're keeping an eye on that and see if anything does happen further here in this race with RS Center's number 110 entry. Somebody we haven't talked much about, but he is here tonight. That is driver of the number 69. You see that white car? That is Jonathan Bronson. He is here tonight in attendance. And, well, if this is one driver that wishes he could go back and redo qualifying, he would love to do it. He's one of those drivers that always seems to find his way to the front no matter where he does qualify. But, man, he would have loved a little bit better start to this one than dropping back 3 spots outside the top 10.
Yeah, he's not had a good start to this race, but finds himself in that 11th position as we are closing in 40 laps to go until our first competition yellow flag. And I tell you, the action in front of your race leaders has to be nerve-wracking for McCullum. These guys are bumping and banging, trying to get as far away from the race leaders as they can. But the problem is the race leader is all over the back bumper of that 71 of McConaughey. So McConaughey, the last car on the lead lap at the time being, is your top 2 still nose to tail as they fight through the lap traffic. These guys are trying to stay on the lead lap, but how hard of a fight will they put up as McConaughey trying to close in on Jason Ricker in that car number 9 or the 26 on timing and scoring?
Yeah, the 9 of Ricker or the 26, however you would like to read it. Well, he came from the B main. He did lead every lap in that last chance qualifier, if you will, to make it here into the big show. One driver up out of the groove out in front of him. That's number 70. The driver out of Florida, the Rocket Racing Setups, number 70 of Dylan Canova, has now opened up the bottom side of the speedway, and that's not good. There goes Landry. Here comes Ricker, and once Ricker gets there, well, the race leader is going to be the next car to fill that hole.
Yeah, you can already start seeing the marbles working, filing up on the outside of the racetrack where Canova is running. That's getting all over those hot tires, and it gets very greasy and hard to handle. So Canova doing a great job working the outside of the racetrack in the marbles as your race leader McCullum, and now Ryan Kuhn works to his inside of the turn number 3. So those top two drivers being picture perfect so far, as Howell just got around to number 73. As yellow flag coming up, Matthew Burgoyne to 73 of Burgoyne in trouble here, as yellow flag will fly for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, that number 73 going to go around, and no boy, a little fireworks after the yellow was displayed. Matthew Burgoyne going around for a secondary ride there. We'll have to see what transpired there as he now's got the car refired as he'll rejoin the field here. But let's take the look back here and see what happened to the driver of that number 73 of Matthew Burgoyne. As you see him down there, it looks like he just gets a little loose going into the corner, and then a small little touch there by that Camping World number 52. And I think, did I see the 69 come through there and make contact also of Bronson?
Yeah, they definitely made some contact there, and then off the corner, looks like, well, I'm not really sure what happened between Burgoyne and the 09 automobile, Waston Thiel, but they made some contacts, and a hard hook up to the outside of the racetrack. We got to take her down on pit road. It looked like Connor Rockwood is down on pit road right now, so he's the first car to visit pit road. And it's a short little racetrack. You definitely could lose some time down there, as he looks like be taking a full set of tires.
Yeah, you got to be mindful to make sure that you don't go a lap down here under the caution flag, because it is one of the shortest tracks. Under caution, it's only 32 seconds a lap under caution, but yet it still takes you possibly, call it 35 seconds if you're going to put 4 tires in fuel. Plus, if you're pitted kind of what would be on the back straightaway here, you see how from our overhead camera there's that kind of a S shape. If you're pitted on that backside, that extends your pit road even more, and then, well, then it becomes really a hassle to get up off pit road.
It does, and well, just taking a look at the timing and scoring as it updates for us. That little incident there has really hurt the number 73 of Burgoyne. Is maybe he looks like he got the wave around here, but when he got spun out there with Thiel's incident in turn number 4, it did put him a lap down. But now Burgoyne back on the lead lap, as he will be scored in that 7th position.
So we'll see where everybody's going to restart here, and then we'll get this show back fired off. It will be when they double them back up here. Alex McCullum to the inside with Ryan Kuhn to his outside. Car number 13 of Thomas Axum will restart inside row number 2. Dylan Alt will start there on the 4th position, and Tyler Cox will round out your top 5. I believe we're going to get at least another go-round here. The lights do come back on the iRacing.com pace truck.
Yeah, just make sure the field lined up. Officials in the booth to our right, making sure everybody is lined up in the correct spot. It's going to be interesting to see here. We saw Ryan Kuhn running in that number 2 position. Now he's got to restart to the outside of Alex McCullum, and we saw how the outside was not working deeper in the field. What will these leaders have as the pace track pulls down and away? McCullum back on the gas pedal. Oh, the 13 of Axum spins the tires. And that allows the 42 of Alt to get around him. But Axum will dive it back down low, 2 by 2, as they work off turn number 2.
Some more contact caution lights coming back on here. I believe we're going to get a caution right away. A couple drivers maybe not in the correct positions, I'm being told. So we're going to bring them back here. We're going to restack them and see where everybody's going to actually restart here. So a little bit of a miscue there. It's going to save a couple drivers that were on the outside lane, and there was some contact. I believe Parker White, and I believe Jeff Cody made a little contact there. And, well, restarts are always one of those hot topics when maybe your coconut gets a little heated up.
Definitely can there. One driver that's going to benefit from that. How about the 42 of Dylan Alt? We saw the 13 of Thomas Axum spin the tires on that last restart, Roger. Well, that's going to relegate him to an outside starting position unless the series officials decide to go single file. But that is going to be a tough break there for the 13 of Axum. Just got on the gas pedal, lit up those Hoosier Racing tires a little bit too hard. Well, he got pushed back to the 4th spot as the free pass will go to the number 71 of Aiden McConaughey. He'll be the 18th and final car on the lead lap as the field starts to double up behind the Chevy Silverado pace track.
So with Aiden getting that lap back, that will put the 18 drivers back onto the league lap. That's going to put RS Center and Chase Johnson, Ryan Kendrick battling for the next possible lucky dog if we were to have one. Closing in, remember we're going to get a stage break, a competition caution here on lap 100. So that's closing in here. It'll be about 22 laps when we do go back green flag racing, or see which one of these drivers can make some late stage moves here to try and put themselves in a good spot. This time, the iRacing.com pace truck is looking to make the left-hand turn. It does. So we're going back racing right here, and McCullum says, chase me to turn 1.
And they will chase him down in the turn number 1. How about the 42 of Alt? He'll close the door on the 72 of Ryan Kuhn. Ryan Kuhn back to third, stacked up 2 by 2 behind him, though, as that is the number 51 of Cody on the outside. Or looking to the inside now. Contact with the 13 of Thomas Axum. Axum sideways, 3 wide off of turn number 2.
They just went 3 wide, and now one of them up out of the ballpark. That's Parker White in the number 95. One of them going around. That's RS Center. Center's now around. Caution lights are going to come out onto the speedway. Our third caution flag of the evening. And Al, I think there was about 7 wrecks in the matter of a lap.
Yeah, that was a lot of action there. We saw Thomas Axum get sideways down in turn number 1, and that really stacked the field up. And then it was all like just a calamity corner off turn number 2. We had Parker White out on the outside of that racetrack, and he got to the outside wall. And well, to do that here at Oxford, that is a task, and I think he had some help getting out there with that beautifully prepared number 95.
Yeah, let's watch back Parker White here on the replay and see, as there you see the 51 come up, a little tap there by Cody, and he goes out into the outside wall, and then everybody else, there's RS Center. He goes for a little bit of a ride. We'll see if we can watch it back and go on board with RS Center to see what happened with him in that 110 entry. The Ryan Coons Motorsports driver now trapped a lap down. Let's take a look. Oh, maybe a little neck code, a little hip check there from the 88 of Caden Tufts, the youngster out of Canada, making the contact there. That's actually what's going to send RS Center up and over the berm. So everybody tight-knit racing here. Al, can you believe we were just 3 wide? We were pretty close to going 4 wide here tonight at Oxford.
I was say, sure we weren't 4 wide at that time. It was a few takers down on pit road. I'm not sure. It looks like Burgoyne is going to beat the pace car out of the race off of pit road. Maybe not. So he'll get trapped down 1 lap here on pit road. But man, the action, well, they stack them up. They had a good run there. Now everybody eye gouging for these positions. We talked about at the beginning of the show here tonight, Roger, how important the bottom line is for these drivers to start on there. We saw, well, Ryan Kuhn started on the outside of that front row, that last one. He got shuffled back to the 3rd position. Now, at the 42 of Dylan Alt, well, he'll have to start on the outside. Can he hold tough with McCullum on this restart?
Well, we're about to find out, because the old iRacing.com pace truck, nope, just lying, just kidding. They came right back on. We're going to go for another circuit around the speedway at least. So, yeah, you're right, though. Ryan Kuhn will start to the inside. Then he'll have Tyler Cox to the outside of him. Peyton Hallwell will start there in 5th position, and Ward will start there in 6th. Landry and Cody will start next to each other, with Murray and Bronson rounding out the top 10. When we do come back around here to get that green flag, we are closing in on that, remember, that first competition caution flag of the evening here. That will be at lap 100. Who will be the race leader at lap 100? Well, how about we find out together here? The iRacing.com pace truck's down off the way. Here we go. Green flag's back out. Let's see what these drivers do. One of them up out of the groove already. I believe that was going to be the number 14 on our screen, but that might be the number 9. I can't quite tell. Who's the 14 out there, Al? Is that Landry?
I believe that is the number 4 of Tyler Cox on our scoring. He's settled back into that 5th position. Ryan Kuhn's going to take that number 2 position back from Alt, as Alt was able to get down in front of Howell. How about Peyton Howell up 9 positions inside the top 5? Looking for some more as they're still stacked up back a little bit deeper in there is Dylan Canova working the outside of the racetrack. Remember, Canova was in danger of going a lap down just a few laps ago. Well, he's made his way back inside the top 10.
Yeah, now he gets down to the bottom side. That's going to put the 51 of Jeff Cody to the outside. Here comes Parker White. Remember, he was just out there cutting the grass, making it look pristine. Maybe he's trying out for a position with them in the lawn care service. There's the 13, Thomas Axum. Remember, he was up inside the top 5 all evening long so far. Now he has a long way to go to bring this Studio 10 Bernier's Liquor entry back to the front of the field. It'll be just 9 laps to go next time by here for the first competition caution.
Yeah, and Thomas Axum, the first driver that came down pit road, last down on lap 82. One car sideways. I believe that was the 71 of McConaughey. He'll keep it pointing in the right direction. Yeah, I believe we'll stay under the green flag conditions, but Axum has fresher tires, now working the backside of the 70 of Canova. So fresher tires do seem to help be a little bit faster. See, looks to crack the top 10. Thomas Axum making his way back towards the front.
So now this is the play for Thomas Axum. He's been to pit road. Did he put tires on is going to be the question. He was down there for 12 seconds, possibly just right side tires. Al here closing in on lap 100. If you're Axum, do you come to pit road or do you take the track position and try to run?
It's a tough call. It depends on how he feels at the time of this caution flag. As now Axum's going to move into that 10th spot. Little change up at the front of this one. The 52 getting moved up. That was Repeating Howell. He's lost 2 positions as Landry comes into that number 5 spot in that car number 7 on the screen. 12 in this timing and scoring. So Howell in that Camping World entry, he's fallen back to 6th. Everybody keep it there next time by. Well, Alex McCollum is going to pick up the Riley Duncan Racing award there worth $20 here as long as he can lead it off of the turn number 4.
Does look like he'll pick that up, so ka-ching, ka-ching, everything still goes to Alex McCollum as we're just 3 laps away now from that first competition caution of the evening. These drivers back here, though, they don't care how many laps they got going because here comes Parker White to the inside. He'll make a little contact there with Grayson Ward, and that'll put Ward back to running 11th. There's Cody working his way back into the mix of this one, and they're stacked up. Dylan Canova still stuck on the outside. Oh, a little bit of a wheel hop there. Austin Thiel trying to bring in that Track Time Entertainment 09 entry, and he's actually going to make the move on Dylan Canova. Canova just kind of moved over there and left him have it as he knew that car to the inside was sideways pushing.
He was that time through the corner, though. It'll be the number 95 of White inside the top 10. Everybody's starting to put muscle their way up. As Axum now going to get underneath the 72 of Murray, and Murray's going to get relegated back. His yellow flag will come out. This is our first competition yellow flag, 4th caution of the event. And just like that, Roger, 100 laps into the books. We will see who will come down pit road or who will choose to stay out onto the racetrack for that coveted track position. It's going to be interesting to see. If you're out there driving, I know you've run many laps here at the Oxford Plains Speedway, says myself, if you are second on back, is it a monkey see, monkey do type situation, or is it depends if you're going to be stuck going to the outside?
I think you come to pit road no matter what here, and it does look like all these drivers will come straight to pit road. A couple drivers may stay out here. Thomas Axum, we kind of figured he was going to keep car number 13 out onto the speedway. He does, so he'll take over the race lead, and maybe looks like Grayson Ward also going to stay out here. Everybody else is coming down for at least 2 tires, and then they'll race their way off pit road. Here comes one driver. That's the 09, first car off pit road. That will be Ryan Kuhn. He will be the first driver to come off pit road. 4-tire stop for Alex McCullum. This is a little bit of an odd strategy because a lot of these drivers are only taking 2.
Yeah, the track really getting rubbered in, and it could be the make or break as race leader Thomas Axum stays out on the racetrack along with the number 9, now the Grayson Ward automobile down on pit road, so it'll be cycled back through. It'll be Axum and Kuhn on the front row, I do believe. Is a lot of these guys staying out on the racetrack. We're hoping to get that wave around. Well, that's not going to happen because the 13 of Axum has stayed out onto the racetrack. And, well, he is out there leading it. That's going to keep all those drivers trapped 1 lap down. And Dalton Williamson still on the racetrack. Anything can happen. You got another 150 laps left of racing here tonight. And we've seen the racing starting to get chippier. We know it's getting closer to that halfway point. And then it starts to count down the other way, and that means that pay window gets slickened up.
And at the end of this one, Al, I heard you get to go for ice cream, too. So at the end of this one, you get to go for ice cream. I heard coconut's your favorite.
I do like the coconut ice cream. I hope they have the coconut shavings in the said coconut ice cream now.
Well, we'll see what we can do. I think Caden Tuss might be able to take you for that ice cream, but we'll see here as everybody's starting to try and figure out where they're going to restart here tonight. Remember, race fans, if it wasn't for Track Time Entertainment, we wouldn't be here tonight, so we got to thank the fine folks over at Track Time Entertainment. If you're in the market for a sim rig, make sure to contact Track Time Entertainment. We thank them for coming on board. Pristine Lawn Care, also not just a sponsor, they're a lap sponsor here too, all evening long throughout tonight's race. You might hear us call out a lap, and of course Pristine throwing up a little bit of money. And how about our friend Pete? Al, you know Pete wanted to be here tonight, just couldn't. He's one of those drivers. He wants to come racing.
He does, and we miss seeing Pete out on the racetrack. We know that, well, he'll be behind the wheel one of these high-powered super late models in no time shortly, hopefully. So, Pete, we miss you out on the racetrack, buddy. Keep fighting the good fight, and all these drivers are out here pulling in your corner as well. Roger, you know as well as I do, the racing community is an amazing group of people. We all stick together, and I know we are all sticking together here for Pete, and we wish him all the best. We hope to see him on the racetrack here very soon.
So now we're going to come back here and restart after our break, and it will be the 13 of Axum, Kuhn, Cock, Landry, your top four drivers. Here we go. The green flag is back up and a little bit of wheel spin there by Ryan Kuhn. Will he be able to get down to the bottom? Now the 14 of Tyler Cock going to be sideways down to the corner. They're going to leave Landry stuck to the outside, and that Bernier's Liquor number 7, or that number 12 if you're following along at home on the timing and scoring. Landry now stuck to the outside, and that conveyor belt with everybody having new tires, they're going to be able to hit their marks and shove it into the corner just a little bit farther. So you got to try and find a spot. There goes the low line racing number 42, Dylan Alt. He will make the move to the inside. He will make the pass. So now put the 42 up into that fourth spot. Landry still stuck to the outside because Jonathan Bronson now to the inside. And that white number 69, boy, is that car moving and shaking. He'll pick up the spot. Landry will find a hole, though, right in front of Peyton. And he will take that Camping World car and just save the bumper for a little bit later.
Definitely will. I'm interested to see how the outside line work for a few laps. There is your B main winner, Jason Ricker, starting to make his way up the racetrack. And here he's in that 13th position, stuck on the outside as the number 70 Canova will get by. But I wanted to touch base. We saw Alex McCullum take 4 tires on that pit stop at the first break here. Not the halfway break, but the first break. He is relegated back to the 8th position. Interesting call to see if those 4 tires will work on the longer run. We do know the left sides, you're constantly turning here. You might as well take a bungee cord, hook it to the roll bar, and just hold the wheel left. There's one car up the racetrack a little bit deeper in the field. I believe that might have been the 36 automobile of Connor Rockwood as he works the outside of the racetrack. RS Center getting by them as Chase Johnson holds down the race for Timmons, the 23, holds down to that free pass award spot at the current moment.
Yeah, and that is the 36 of Connor Rockwood, a little bit off the pace there. That number 36 did transfer in from the B main here tonight, so he has that 3K iRating across all 4 license and disciplines here on iRacing, and that's something that not a lot of drivers can say on the iRacing.
Cox sideways down the backstretch, 2x2 through the corner. The 69 of Bronson is going to take the 3rd spot away as the 4 of Tyler Cox got sideways. Devin Landry's in trouble as he comes back up onto the racetrack. He's spun off turn number 4. We stay green.
So he was able to keep the car fired here, so Landry will go from inside the top 5 all the way back to the 16th spot, and unfortunately that's exactly right where he started this race tonight, so that's going to be a big disappointment for the driver of that number 12 machine as he is way, way, way down the timing and scoring. That's going to put, Peyton Howell back there in the 6th spot with that Camping World number 52. He made that little bit of contact, and the man who's going to pick up a spot and be lucky through all that is the man who qualified on the pole here tonight, Alex McCullum, because he did not get involved in that. So he, put the 4 tires on. Al, I'm trying to think of why his team put 4 tires on. What was the call there down in the pits? And I got the word. Put 4 tires on now. Lap 200, you're going to come back to pit road. He's only putting 2. He's hoping that those other drivers that may be ahead of him at the time take 2 tires, and it just will not hold up on those left sides.
Yeah, it definitely will. There's a lot of long time racing here. The outside tires definitely take more of a punishment, but the inside tire also letting it eat on the inside. If you get up on that curbing, it can hurt the sidewall of these Hoosier Racing tires. So definitely going to want to see what happens there. Interesting play call. I don't kind of like it. I do like it. Gutsy call, get back a little bit in traffic. Didn't lose too much. He rises in that 7th spot. If yellow flag comes out, 1 car going around. I believe that's the 71 of McCollum. Paul White also involved off of the corner. So Parker White in that 95 getting back up through the gearbox. Him and the 71 of McConaughey got into trouble that time off turn number 4.
We stay green in the battle for the race lead between the 2 teammates. It's Thomas Axum out front. Remember, he pitted back on lap number 82. He did not come down at the competition caution, as now we have a car that may have just lost it going around. Is that Dylan Canova? The caution flag is going to fly this time. Dylan Canova will bring out the 5th caution flag of the evening. The driver out of Florida having some issues. The youngster, his Rocket Racing chassis, Rocket Racing setups, number 70 is getting turned back around. You see him already moving, so he will tag the back of the field here. He does stay on the lead lap, it looks, so he's not going to have to worry about going a lap down. I believe this is going to give one of the drivers that had a issue on lap number 1 that lucky dog. It's going to be Blade Timmons. I should see him come back around the field here. He should be able to tag the back of the field on the lead lap.
Yeah, Blade Timmons should get the free pass. See him peeking to the outside there. As long as he didn't make any contact with anybody when the yellow flag came out, he should be the recipient of that, like you just said, Roger. But how about the tire marbles starting to show up on the inside of the racetrack, and just above that groove is now Timmons will make the move around the outside of the racetrack. He'll get that path back on the lead lap. That leaves 17 cars on the lead lap.
So 17 cars on the lead lap, and as we watch this back here, let's ride on board here with our Stay Strong Pete onboard camera, though. Dylan Canova carrying it. Looks like that's the 51. Jeff Cody just making a little contact, and around goes Dylan Canova. So that's what brings out this caution flag here. It does look like Timmons did take that wave around, and he will go to pit road, possibly to see if he can get some tires on that number 23, if he can make a charge now through the field. So, looking at it right now, one driver, no drivers actually. I was going to say one driver off the speedway, and that was going to be the 88 of Caden Tuss, but no, that is incorrect. He is actually out there on the track. He's just on pit road right now, so he's getting his service done. When we go back racing here next time by, it'll be Thomas Axum, Ryan Kuhn, Jonathan Bronson, Dylan Alt, and Peyton Howell. Right now, your top 5 drivers, Tyler Cox and Austin Thye right there. It looks like Cullum should restart in the 8th position. We'll see if that is correct. I see him lined up down to the bottom, so it could be the 7th spot, as they're going to shuffle those 2 spots around. The one did get around the 09 before the caution flag was displayed, and it's going to be Silvio back there in 9th, and Cody rounding out the top 10 drivers here when we get ready to go back racing.
Interesting to see here now that number 1 of McCollum will have Tyler Cox in front of him. Get that inside starting position, and we've seen it so far early on in this event, Roger. The inside line is where you want to be as the pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn, the safe haven of pit road. It'll be Thomas Axum jumping on the gas pedal. That Ryan Kuhn sleeping a little bit. And here comes the 42 of Dylan Alt. Alt working the inside. Kuhn works the outside of the racetrack. Here comes Bronson to the inside. He's at the left rear quarter panel. Now make the number. He'll draw even through turns 3 and 4. Bronson will move to 3rd, moving Kuhn back to 4th. Slight contact that time off turn number 4.
Little contact there as Jonathan Bronson takes that 3rd position. I told you, don't sleep on that white number 69. He now finds himself inside the top 3 here, as Ryan Kuhn is just going to have to settle for that spot, or will he? He drives it really hard down into turn number 1. Not going to be able to take that spot back. They're still stacked up back here. Austin and Aiden trying to do a little bit of an exchange. That 72X of Murray would like to take that spot from the 09. And look who's right behind them. One of them sideways, though. That was Jeff Cody sideways. I was about to mention Chase Johnson right now, he has picked up the most spots here tonight. He has picked up 13 spots. Austin trying to find a hole right ahead of him. That could be number 14 for Chase Johnson if he was able to get around that 0-9. Not going to quite be able to. They're still stacked up 2 by 2 behind Chase Johnson. That is Jason Ricker. Of course, Ricker, remember, coming from the B main, and he is already now knocking on the back end of that top 10. Will he be able to get there? I'm not quite sure.
Not quite sure. Ricker working the outside of the racetrack. Now, RS Center will get behind him as the Cody automobile stuck to the outside. They're racing with Matthew Burgoyne, so the battle is between Burgoyne and RS Center for when the yellow flag flies next, assuming no one else goes a lap down. Well, that would be the battle for the free pass car. We know Burgoyne very fast, won the 2021 main sim racing series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. He runs there in that number 19th position, trying to find a way to get by RS Center as they work up in front of them side by side. Landry now making his way by Jason Ricker. Ricker back to the 13th position. Is there still make it 3 wide? They're deeper behind them.
Yeah, you call it 2 wide. That looks like a lot of 3 wide racing there. That's that number 9 machine of Grayson Ward. He was involved there. There's the 51 also of Jeff Cody, Parker White, Jason Ricker. They're all right there, and they were all 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Now they're going to put the 88 of Caden Tufts to the outside there. See if driver of that 88 can start to pick it back up here because, well, we've seen Parker White. He's been fast around the bottom side of the speedway. We've seen him try and keep it on the outside of the speedway. We've even seen him out into the grass and up over the berm. So he's been using every inch of this racetrack here tonight. This Rocket Racing Setups number 95 right now, trying to work his way back through. He'll look to the inside here on McConaughey, and that's not a battle for position. McConaughey is a lap down, and of course Parker White currently sitting in position number 14. Down 8 spots from where he started here tonight. The night is not the start of this one, as we're halfway.
Your race lead, Roger off turn number 4. Alt using the front bumper and Axum moves them up the racetrack. New race leader as they come off turn number 2.
They're come off turn 2, but boy, don't give it away just yet. Thomas Axum right there. He's going to give a little shot to the back of Dylan Alt, but not going to be able to really get him up off the bottom side of the speedway. Now here comes Ryan Kuhn. Remember, Kuhn has a little bit fresher tires. Maybe that was team orders right there. The Ryan Kuhn's Motorsports driver of Thomas Axum going back to position number 3. Now letting Ryan Kuhn go up there and maybe start the charge to try and take back the race lead.
Definitely there, taking that battle settles down a little bit. How about Alex McCollum still back there as yellow flag will fly. Yellow flag coming out. I believe the 95, maybe Parker White involved. Not quite sure who of all was involved with the yellow flag here, but yellow flag coming out here on lap number 145.
A lot of damage out on the 95 of Parker White from the last time we checked on this 95. And yeah, I'm being told that it's going to involve something with the 95. There you see the 36 was stacked up sideways. The 9 of Ward and the 95 are the ones that got together there, bringing out the caution flag. So a couple cars getting jacked up down in the corner, which, you know, we talked about it before. You know, it's short track racing. There's just nowhere to go when you're all stacked up on the bottom side of the speedway.
Definitely there. And just one of those things for everybody fighting for track position. And that's going to give RS Center, so he'll become our 18th car on the lead lap right now. So he works around the outside of the field. So we were talking about how Center and Burgoyne were battling hard for that position. Well, this is why. Now Center back on the lead lap, and well, you have to be on the lead lap to win it.
So you say you have to be, I never knew that. Yeah, it's good thinking with your coconut there on your feet.
Well, you know, that's just how it happens.
I am taking a peek, though. It does look like a couple drivers did come to pit road there. Blade Timmons, Thomas Axum did come to pit road. And I believe Alex McCullum also coming to pit road.
Yeah, McCullum coming down pit road. Did not like something on that automobile, so coming to pit road. They'll take a look at that automobile. Dalton Williams also down on pit road, getting back out on the racetrack. Unfortunately, he has lost another lap, so he is still out there in that 25th position. So he comes back on the racetrack. Blade Timmons as well coming back out there onto the racing surface as they all circulate under behind the Chevy Silverado pace car. And, well, I don't know if you can get it on screen or not, Roger, but Dale Jr. has just confirmed Hickory Motor Speedway coming to iRacing in September.
So what you're saying is we're getting another short track here on iRacing.
Yes. So short track
pumped
community,
up.
man, are you excited for that or not?
Hickory Motor Speedway, one of the best tracks down south, finally coming here to the iRacing.com platform. All of us short track racers all here on the iRacing.com platform have been waiting for more short tracks, but we got this short track racing action to go here tonight. 150 laps in the books, 100 laps to go here tonight, and a huge jump there by Dylan Alt. He will lead him down the back straightaway into 3.
Yeah, he leads over Kuhn, Cox, Howell, and now Bronson stuck on the outside of the conveyor belt. He'll work there. He's got Jake Sylvia. The first time we really mentioned that automobile's name here, the driver's name, is one car up the racetrack. I believe that was the 9 of Ricker back there deep in the field. They settle it out 2 by 2. Bronson still trying to work the outside, but here comes Sylvia. Sylvia's going to take that 5th spot from Bronson.
So as he takes the spot, it also looks like Devin Landry back up into the mix. Man, where did he all of a sudden come back through the field at? He now finds that number 12. They're sitting in the 7th position right behind Bronson. And man, he's not done here tonight. Jeff Cody trying to make a move here, and he's going to get underneath the 72 of Aiden Murray. So that'll put Murray in the 72X, that Bayside Transport. Number 72X right ahead of our fast time.
Oh, one car hits the coconut groove up into the racetrack. I believe that might have been Ryan Kendrick in that 00 automobile. And then Matthew Burgoyne went off track, and it's a heartbreak for Burgoyne because he was in the Lucky Dog pass spot, and now he will not get that. It should go to Connor Rockwood. I believe that should get that pass there, but tough break. Burgoyne, one of the drivers that had trouble early on in this race, Roger, well, it continues to stay snake bitten here in the Oxford 250.
Sometimes you're the hard coconut, and sometimes you're the sliced open coconut. Right now here tonight, the 73 of Matthew Burgoyne is the sliced open coconut, that is for sure. Let's take a quick look back here on this replay, see what we can find. Was there some contact out in front of this 00 of Kendrick here? Oh no, it was actually just Ricker. Oh man, that is hard contact to the inside, and everybody actually pretty much avoided that 00 there of Ryan Kendrick. Let's see if we can go on board here. Right on board with our Stay Strong Pete onboard camera here tonight. Kendrick there to the inside, you see, and just comes across, and man, he just missed one of those light poles down there.
I thought that coconut tree was definitely gonna get hit as the sunset starts to shine or go behind the clouds here. Will we have enough daylight to get through this? So just under 100 laps to go, and daylight quickly coming to an end here at the Oxford Plains Speedway. They do have the light poles on the inside, but the electrician, well, he hasn't quite figured out how to wire them up here on the iRacing service.
So what you're saying is that was you had one job.
Yeah, well, other that and bring you donuts, which I did one of the two.
I appreciate the donuts. You know how I like to eat, so I get hungry in between here. But hey, another one of those races that are coming up here on the iRacing.com platform. How about the Big Ten Super Series? The Bash at the Beach is coming up August 15th. If you're not registered for the Bash at the Beach, well, you need to, because we're bringing you that live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The Big Ten Super Series, putting on a bash down at the beach. It's the Myrtle Beach Speedway. 200 laps of fixed racing. And, well, Al, we get to bring it live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Yes, we do, and that's going to be a good one. The Myrtle Beach Speedway always provides great racing like you're seeing here tonight with the Oxford 250. You'll probably see a lot of these same drivers in that one, I would assume, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to guess a lot of these drivers in the A main here tonight will come back at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, and, of course, the best thing about iRacing, we just told you that Hickory is coming here to iRacing in the next update, it looks like. Well, unfortunately, Myrtle Beach no longer stands in the real world side of things. The greatest thing about iRacing is it will always live on here. We will always be able to turn laps virtually at the Myrtle Beach Speedway because they scanned it many, many moons ago here, and a lot of these drivers have a ton of laps. I've got the chance to race with Ryan Kuhn out there and Dalton Williamson and a couple of these other drivers. But, man, it's great to go to Myrtle Beach, but let's first finish things up here at Oxford. The green flag back out.
Will get the lead down in the turn 1. Ryan Kuhn able to fill the hole, slams the door shut on Tyler Cox. Cox back bumper gets a little bit of a bump from the 52 of Howell.
One
car
spinning
sideways. That is the 09 of Thiel, and up and over the Coconut Tree Hill. That was the 95 of White.
So the caution lights coming back on. That's really going to shuffle the timing and scoring. And this is a big one down here. This is going to take a lot to go through. Parker White involved, Blade Timmons involved, and Austin Thigh involved, and Thomas Axum. I said Parker White already, but all these drivers scattered all over the raceway. Let's start this back here. Blade Timmons goes off the racetrack somehow. He went down there to actually avoid. There you see the 95. He almost stuck the landing there, but the 13, oh no, Thomas Axum was involved big time, and that 13 went from being one of the front runners here tonight to having a car that may need to use one of those fast repairs. You only have one here.
Yeah, and they're coming down pit road right now, but that all started off turn number 2 as Austin Thiel got a little bit of help, it looked like, off down the backstretch, and everybody scattered. Luckily here, Oxford pretty wide, but you definitely want to stay away from the coconut tree mounds down there in the infield. Is now the field underneath the yellow flag. And, well, we're under the yellow flag, Roger. We got to remind everybody out there, keep voting for your favorite paint scheme here tonight. You could award one of your favorite driver a award here tonight based on your vote. So if you see a paint scheme you like, shoot us a message there on the YouTube side, or are we going to count the Facebook side too, Roger? Both sides count?
Doesn't matter where you're voting from here tonight, race fans. As long as you are watching, your vote will count. So get those votes in here before the end of this one. That is something that one of these drivers really would like to walk away with tonight. Because some of them, well, they might not have a car that's going to win on horsepower now, but they still have a chance to take home a little bit of a prize. We want to give away as much as we can here tonight to all of these drivers that are putting on the racing action. Because, well, without them, we're not here, and without Track Time Entertainment, none of us are here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We got to thank those guys once again. Find down in the description here of our YouTube link tonight, you can find the link to Track Time Entertainment's Facebook page. Make sure to go check them out and see what they have cooking up. A lot of things for all you sim racers out there. That's Track Time Entertainment. Two by two they are right now. They're just getting the thumbs up or thumbs down from the flag stand here. Should be Dylan Alt as the race leader when we go racing here. He'll restart to the inside. He'll put Ryan Kuhn to the outside. Take a look at that second row, though. Tyler Cox is right there, and Peyton Howell is running there also, up 10 spots. He is one of the biggest movers of the race. And take a look who's just inside the top 10 now. There's car number 87, Chase Johnson, has picked up 14 spots. RS Center 15 spots. Green flag coming back out. Here we go. A great start once again by Dylan Alt.
Dylan Alt will lead him down to the 1. Ryan Kuhn able to slam the door shot on Tyler Cox. Cox and Howell were on door to door on down the back stretch. And here comes Sylvia in that number 78. He's bringing the number 7 of Landry underneath him as well as they try to work around the 69 of Jonathan Bronson. Bronson doing a masterful job on the outside. Oh, Chase Johnson gets the concrete there, and around goes the 70 of Dylan Canova. And yellow here, coming out with just 30 laps until the second break here to set up our 50-lap showdown. And, well, it has been a long and tiresome night for the 70 of Dylan Canova. He seems to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Every yellow flag.
And I think Parker White is trying out for the space department down there with SpaceX, because he just went up over one of your coconut trees again, too. So that's 2 times now, I believe.
Did he stick the landing this time?
He did. He drove it away. Take a look back here and see what happened to Dylan Canova. Did he get a little help there? Or, oh, he did get a little help off the bumper of Jeff Cody. And then the 95 there, nowhere to go, up over Al's coconut tree down there. So called a 3-car, little bit of an incident. Dylan Canova, Parker White, and the 51 of Jeff Cody all involved down there.
Now, I want to know if somebody can talk to the spotter at Parker White and let him know that the biggest air time isn't until after the race. So all this is he just practicing for post-race to get the big airtime award from Pristine Lawn Care Unlimited.
Yeah, so that is interesting. I actually forgot all about it. I knew there was an airtime. I couldn't remember if it was in the A main here tonight or if it was overall, but you say it is actually going to come on the after the broadcast is actually over. Everybody's going to get to go out here tonight at Oxford, have a little bit of a crash demolition derby. That'll be, unfortunately, that's off the air. We're going to be off the air, Al. We're going to get to at least partake in that here tonight. So that's going to be a fun little thing after the race. Biggest air time in the demo is $10. And, of course, the winner, last man standing, if you will, in the demolition derby, also going to pick up $40. So that is something to look forward to. If you're tuning in here tonight and you just missed making the A main cut, you still have a chance to have some fun here tonight. But Al, we are closing in on lap number 200. We're restarting to be under 25 laps to go to the lap 200 marker. Is anybody going to play a little strategy and come down pit road? Did anybody that you noticed come to pit road, I should say?
Well, I saw a few drivers like Dylan Alt came down pit road. He gave up the race lead to come down now. That'll give Ryan Kuhn the race lead. So that'll be a lead change underneath this 9th yellow flag as the pace car. Down and away, Ryan Kuhn and Tyler Cox on the front row. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Cox able to slide down in front of the 52 of Howell. Here comes Silvio working the outside of the number 78. He'll rip the lip off turn number 2. And he'll slam the door shut on Bronson. Bronson jumps the curb. He'll make contact. I believe that was with Landry to his outside. So Devin Landry stuck on the outside. Here comes Murray. He'll slam it into turn number 1 and 2. Landry trying to get that move, but Murray has the nose down low.
Murray has the nose for the time being down there, and they're stacked up behind them. These two drivers trying to figure it out. A little contact that time out of turn number 4. More contact down in turn number 1, and that's going to send the 72X sideways, trying to gather it up. 3 wide racing. Here comes the number 1 of Alex McCullum down to the inside. 3 wide, one of them going around.
72 of Murray gets a little bit sideways, and now the yellow flag will fly. Yellow coming out here is Austin Thiel will go down pit road to miss the yellow flag. And we are slowed down here for the 10th time as everybody was jammed up and jelly tight that time through turns 3 and 4.
So everybody's actually able to gather it back up, but the caution flag does come out here tonight. We're going to see, let's watch this back here. Watch the 72. You see him get turned around sideways there and bouncing off a couple cars. Oh, man, Al, I didn't see it live. Dylan Alt, though, getting involved there, hitting the back left quarter panel of that 72X. And Dylan Alt now, that low line racing number 42, he will have damage. Let's see if we can ride on board with Dylan Alt through this. See it right there. Canova made the left-hand turn to miss that spinning 72X, and unfortunately, Dylan Alt nowhere to go, right in to the back end of that machine. So there's damage to the front clip of this number 42.
That is the game that you play when you come down pit road working the track game here is he's definitely got right front damage to that Toyota Camry, Roger. No, we'll see if it hurts the performance. Now, we're not here at one of the fast half miles. We're not even, something a little just under the half mile. We're here at the Circle of Oxford. And, I don't know how much aerodynamics come into play at a 0.3 of a mile racetrack.
So you're saying my bald head is not streamlined here?
Correct.
Well, darn. Well, what I can tell you, though, is I did see RS Center, who was up inside the top 10. He just made that left-hand turn. He came to pit road with this Ryan Kuhn setup shop number 110 entry. So he came down. He just put tires on. And Al, we talked about being under 25 laps to go before the competition caution coming out on lap 200. Is this maybe a little bit of strategy play here by RS Center?
I think it is. I think right now, if you're can come down pit road, get the 4 tires put on it, and if you need a little bit of fuel or not. I mean, he's the last car in the lead lap, or Caden Tufts just got the free pass. So there's 20 cars on the lead lap right now. So you take and work that around the speedway. I think that's not a bad play. You know, the yellow flag going to come out here in about another 16 to 15 laps once we go back green flag racing. I think it's a good play. You're going to make up a lot of track position because you're hoping your competition is going to come down pit road at least one more time before the end of this race.
And there's probably a little bit of confusion out there. Why the driver of the 88 of Caden Tufts is out there right now? Well, he missed transferring into the A main by a spot. He is replacing the provisional spot here tonight that was meant for Riley Duncan. Of course, Al, I'm told he threw his computer across the room because it wasn't working, and now it's really not working. So now he's in the market actually for a brand new computer.
Well, I think Trackman could help with that, couldn't they?
I think they might be able to work something out. Green flag coming back out here, though. Ryan Kuhn on the front row with Tyler Cox, and it's going to be Ryan Kuhn getting a jump in that Bernier's Liquor number 72. He'll take the race lead. He'll leave Hal and Sylvia side by side. Now it's going to be Sylvia stuck to the outside. Here comes Jonathan Bronson back to the inside once again.
Bronson was able to start on the inside. He'll knock the 78 of Sylvia back to the outside. As they work there, here comes the 51 of Cody. Remember, he went through the spin cycle about 45 laps ago. He's now made his way back inside the top 5. How about Rockwood in that 36? His night has been anything but uneventful, and him and his McCollum make contact. Alex McCollum up the racetrack. Here comes the 70 of Dylan Canova back inside the top 10. McCollum's going to thread the needle into turn number 3.
He'll get down now. He'll look underneath Connor Rockwood. Rockwood came in from the last chance qualifier, the B main, here tonight to make the big show, and he has danced his way inside the top 10. Unfortunately, he's to the outside right now. Canova taking the bid. He'll make the pass. Now here comes Grayson Ward down to the bottom side of the speedway. Some big problems back here. The 72X is going around, but it does not look like it's going to cause a caution. It's not going to trigger the flag man because he definitely grabbed first gear, dumped the clutch. The 72X of Aiden Murray back on the loud pedal now. The caution lights are coming back on. More smoke.
We got
down
one turtled in turn number 2.
Uh-oh. Al, it's not you, is it?
No, it's not me. I left the car in the hauler. But unfortunately, though, was the 09 of Austin Thiel, and he had to take the quick tow back to pit road. So tough break for the 09 of Austin Thiel.
Yeah, let's take the quick look back here and take a peek at what just happened to that 09. Oh, he hits the curb, Al, and when he goes to gather it up, he got a little bit of a bump there from Ricker, and Ricker also going to go around. And, oh, man, it was one of those lazy tumbled up and over, as if he was in the Olympics that are competing right now in gymnastics, he probably wouldn't have scored very well.
Some more takers down on pit road. The 95 of Parker White, Jonathan Bronson coming down. So we're starting to see that strategy play as we close in on that lap number 200. Ryan Kuhn still continues to lead over Tyler Cox in the number 52 of Howell. Jeff Cody going to take the 51 down pit road, Roger. So we're starting to see that strategy play. We're getting all ever so close to lap 200. Now, if you are out there, you're Ryan Kuhn, Cox, Howell, Landry, McCollum back inside the top 5. Do you even come back down pit road? You know your competition has got the one leg over you. We're going to have a 50 lap once that yellow flag comes out, and we're not sure we're going to get back underneath the green flag before lap 200.
I think at this point now, if you're Ryan Kuhn, I think you're going to stay out there. You know, you took 2 tires at lap 100. I don't see him coming back here. I can't see him giving up all that track position because think about it. Alex McCullum is right there. He's been to pit road on lap 146. Then you got Grayson, or actually that's Dylan Canova, who's been to pit road on lap 156. 171 for Caden Tufts. So, I mean, no, I don't see Ryan Kuhn coming back down to pit road. He's going to leave that set of tires down there, I believe, or that's what I would be thinking. I don't think you can give up the track position here tonight.
I don't think so. I think you got enough fuel to go the distance. We've had enough yellow flags here to make it to the end of this race. So now it's a matter of will the tires become better or not. We know that the number 1 of McCollum sitting in the 5th position. He's come down twice. He has fresher tires than the gentleman in front of him. Can he do anything with those fresher tires? He's going to start on the inside of row number 3 once we go back green flag racing.
Talking about pulling a lucky straw there for Alex McCullum, so he will restart to the inside with fresher tires, so possibly going to be able to pick up 1 or 2 spots here on the restart. And race fans, yes, the paint selection for the best paint out there tonight is still on. Look at Alex McCullum here. Maybe we can get, there we go. We got that close-up little drone camera floating around out there somewhere. There's Alex McCullum. A couple of views I've mentioned that he had a pretty good-looking car. RS Center did win the pre-race paint, so I don't believe he is actually eligible. But we'll give you a quick show at the number 110 entry. There he is. There you see behind him, Parker White. He had a really good-looking car, but right now he is a little tore up. See if he can regain, but we should be getting ready to go back racing. Ryan Kuhn even pulled out a new paint job here tonight on us, Al.
He did. He definitely did. I'm seeing right now by my inability to count, Aiden Murray leading the paint scheme vote as we're back green flag racing here on lap 198. Kuhn leads him down to turn number 1. Here comes the number 52 of Howell. He'll work underneath the number 12 of Landry down the backstretch. Landry working the outside. Howell down low. 3 wide deeper in the field is that one car below the apron. I believe that might have been the number 71 of McCauley. Now lap 199. Here comes Alex McCullum working underneath Landry down the backstretch.
So he'll look down to the inside. Will he be able to make the move, though? He will. There goes, actually, that's going to be the 69 of Bronson. Bronson making the move, and then up here it's still going to be the number 9 of Grayson Ward. He will now make the move. Landry going to get pushed up out the roof. Here comes Dylan Alt back into the mix of things now. He is running in the 6th position. Look at Alex McCullum. He has given the back bumper there to Peyton in that Camping World number 52. He said, hey, I don't know if you know this, but the laps are counting down, and I got to go right on board here with the 52. Peyton running in P number 3, bounces it off the curb a little bit there. Oh, boy. Alex McCullum goes for a big slide that time out of 4. Somebody else going for a big slide.
That is Chase Johnson went sideways as we stay green flag racing here. As the one car sideways on the front stretch getting back. I believe that was the 95.
That's actually number 70. Dylan Canova was around at the end of turn number 1 down there. That does look like we're going to stay green. I don't know if the iRacing official didn't see car number 70, but we stay green. That must be because the competition caution is coming here in a lap or 2.
Yeah, down here through the corner, Ryan Kuhn still shows the way. He's opened it up to about a 6-car length advantage over Tyler Cox. Howell runs 3rd. McCullum is 4th. And then it's the number 9 of Grayson Ward. Alt runs 6th. Bronson, Landry, McConaughey in that number 71 in the 9th. And how about the 78 of Sylvia? But Matthew Burgoyne in that 73 finally back on the lead lap, Roger. And he is up to that 13th position trying to close in on the top 10.
So as we stay green flag racing, everybody sorted it out. Dylan Alt right now running in the car number 42. He's actually going to go up out of the groove. There goes Bronson. Bronson going to take the spot. Now Alt trying to dive back in line there, but here comes Landry. Landry's going to put the pressure on. Maybe a little bit of a wheel hop there. Almost more contact between those two drivers. Now here comes Landry. He's going to drive underneath. He, of course, has 71 lap fresher tires on the right-hand side of that car. So put Landry now back into P number 7 here as we continue to stay green flag here tonight. I don't know if that caution's coming out on 200.
I believe that during that extended caution period right before lap 200, that might have been it, Roger. This might be the run to the checkered flag here tonight, waiting for official word on that from the booth next door. But the 42 of Alt really applying the pressure to Landry now. They're swapping pleasantries to the rear bumper from the front bumper of the 42 of Alt.
Well, sometimes you got to do that. Right now, we're closing in, though. It'll be 40 laps next time by. Ryan Kuhn is the race leader, so I guess that's going to say that he is not going to come to pit road, Al. We were talking about that under the caution flag. He is going to put number 70 of Dylan Canova a lap down here. So Canova right now in the transfer spot, meaning, well, if the caution came out, he'd transfer back onto the lead lap. Right now, Dylan Canova would like to be saying, well, there's a bumper laying on the track. There's a who knows, a roll bar padding down there. Somebody threw the water bottle out. because, well, the next car that would be a lap down is the 72 of Aiden Murray. And Aiden's not too far ahead of the race leader either. There you see him come across the line, and now Ryan Kuhn follows him across the line. So maybe about 7-8 car lengths separates him.
And McCollum got by the 52 of Howell, so McCollum up to third. He led to the first 80 so laps of this race, and then pit strategy, kind of been behind the 8 ball, but now finds himself on the podium trying to chase down your top 2 cars, but he's got some 2 seconds to make up in order to get to Ryan Kuhn, and the laps are closing down to a wind-up very quickly here tonight in the Oxford 250.
Yeah, the Oxford 250 here tonight brought to us by Track Time Entertainment. Ryan Kuhn is out front. He's putting on the entertainment right now. Tyler Cox is right there. Alex McCullum is sitting in P number 3. Peyton Hal is sitting back there in 4th, and then it's going to be Jonathan Bronson back there in the 5th position. That's your top 5 cars right now here as we run on lap number 216 tonight here virtually at the Oxford Speedway.
Everybody working around. They're working with Aiden Murray, and I'm going to say unofficially right now, Roger, Aiden Murray in that 72X automobile. Well, he is leading the vote for the favorite paint scheme out there. So that vote will come to an end when we get to 25 laps to go, but he has the most votes so far that I've seen in the chat room right now, but he's down 1 lap to Ryan Kuhn. Tyler Cox starting to close back in, though, down to half a second between your top 2 automobiles.
Maybe Tyler Cox was playing chicken out there, the Ryan Kuhn's Motorsports. Number 14 on the car, number 4 on our timing and scoring. And of course, well, he's got the man, the myth, and the legend out in front of him. Ryan Kuhn is the race leader. So he's got the boss man up there right now showing the way. And it does look like Alex McCullum is sitting there. He is actually equaled out on those fresher tires with the top 2. The top 2 are currently your fastest 2 drivers on the track.
Yeah, Bronson working there. He's got the 9 of Grayson Ward battling back there in that 5th position. And right behind them, they got Landry. Now Landry's going to get contact. 2x2 through the corner. Landry got in their wheel hop. He got into the left door panel of the 52 of Howell. Somehow they managed to keep the car straight, and everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, Hal right now dropped back to position number 8 with that number 52. Behind them, they're exchanging some positions. That looks like that's McConaughey and RS Center right now. RS Center working the inside of the speedway. He's picked up 16 spots. And boy, is he got the hot shoe. He did come down pit road on lap 181. So he does have pretty fresh tires here. And remember, that paint is going to close here in just 2 laps. So, Al, it's looking like right now, Aiden Murray possibly going to be taking home the best-looking paint job out there, according to the fans out there that are tuning in tonight.
And it is a very good-looking race paint scheme out there. So, coming this time by, it'll be 25 laps to go when Ryan Kuhn will come off turn number 4. Meanwhile, he's opened the gap back up to 0.6 of a second over the Tyler Cox automobile. And then Alex McCullum trying to work around Aiden Murray, as you were just talking about, Roger. And that separates 2.6 seconds from your top 2 cars is where McCullum goes. So if he's got to hit that go pedal, and he's got to go now, is right behind him. Bronson's going to try to make it up in the battle here for the podium position.
Yeah, Dylan Canova is right now separating your 3rd position and your 4th position, and now also Aiden Murray is going to join. And contact between Canova and Murray. Murray's going to go around.
That's going to affect the 42 of Vault, and now yellow flag will come out. Well, there goes the gap. That's going to put McCullum on the back bumper of the number 72 of Ryan Kuhn on the impending restart.
So it will be under 20 laps to go here. Let's take the quick look back here. Let's see what happened. See the 72X of Aiden Murray up the speedway, letting the number 1 of McCullum go. He tries to get down to the bottom because that is a battle right there for position. And unfortunately, Aiden Murray gets the short end of the stick. He gets turned upside the speedway, gets it refired, but he will lose a spot there to Dylan Canova. And Canova now should be actually sitting in that lucky dog spot. We'll see if he does get the lucky dog. So Aiden Murray going for a little bit of a slide. Didn't quite get that car turned around, but he went for the slide. And that's what brought out our caution flag here. Take a look on the left-hand side of the screen. It'll be under 20 to go as we work our 12th caution flag of the evening here at the Oxford Plains Speedway. And man, Al, it's been a good one. It's been exciting, that is for sure. We got to thank each and every one of you who's tuning in here tonight, whether you're watching live tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network or if you're watching live over on the Turn 3 Racing Facebook page. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Track Time Entertainment appreciates also every one of you who's tuning in tonight. Remember to check them out on Facebook. That is Track Time Entertainment on Facebook.com. 20 laps to go, Al, and we're going to start to double them up, I believe, this time by at the line.
Yeah, a little bit of housekeeping there. Jason Ricker getting the free pass. Roger with, well, Aiden Murray and Dylan Canova making contact there. That negates them in the scoring on getting that free pass. Well, the driver that was next in line, that was the number 9, or on your scoring purposes, the 26 of Jason Ricker getting the free pass here. Well, 19 laps to go. This one's anything but over. But McCullum now going to be right there back on the back bumper of Ryan Kuhn on this restart. It's going to be important not to spin the tires. But what's the over-under that we are not done seeing the Chevy Silverado pace car at the front of the field?
Well, I'm glad it's the pace truck, Al, instead of that new iRacing Toyota, or I'm not quite sure what that other new pace car is, so I'm glad it's actually the truck here. No, we're definitely not done seeing that Silverado out on the speedway here, because we will go back this time by with 17 laps to go here in the virtual Oxford 250. The iRacing.com pace truck down off the racing surface. Here we go. Great start there by Ryan Kuhn. And a great start. Contact for second.
Yeah, Tyler Cox just came down the racetrack. McCullum was on him. Now McCullum's going to go around. Yellow flag as Mayhem goes off turn number 4. Cox just made a left-hand turn like McCullum wasn't there. And then it's all Calamity Corner right behind the number 72 of Ryan Kuhn.
That is going to shake up our timing and scoring to the point where I'm not sure who's going to be scored where, as we will have to watch that back. It all started right off the drop of the green flag, so we thought we were getting about 18 laps to go here. Well, let's take a little couple less off the board there, and let's watch this. Let's put this down. Show it in slow-mo mode. Watch the 14 there. That's the number 4 of Tyler Cox on the timing and scoring. Down to the inside, that's Alex McCullum. Let's see what happens. 14 comes down there. Little contact, and the 14 at that point is going to go for a little bit of a ride down in turn number 1, and just wait for it, because here comes the entire field, and, well, those cars were intertwined, Al. They were locked together.
They were. I would say they made a little bit of a netcode incident there, but everybody else just nowhere to go. You see how quick it is, and we know that this is getting down towards the end of this one. So we'll have to wait and see where timing and scoring looks like. But it looks like Ryan Kuhn will be up on the front of this one, along with the number 69 of Bronson. So we'll wait and see. It looks like the 72. Well, is it unofficial, or we have to wait for official word from ESS here to find out? But I believe Aiden Murray is got the lap back, so he'll be back on the lead lap here.
Yeah, we're still looking at that replay, Al, and boy, the big one here at Oxford, that is for sure. There's not too many cars that at least didn't get pinballed around. A lot of good jobs by a lot of the drivers out towards the back of the field for not getting involved. But now, let's take a look. This is what this starting lineup here with 12 to go is going to look like. It's going to be Kuhn to the inside, Bronson to the outside. Inside then is going to be Dylan Alt, then it's going to be Devin Landry, Grayson Word, and Jake Sylvia. Your top 6, Burgoyne, McConaughey, Center, and Johnson rounding out the top 10. The lights are going to come back on, so we're going around at least one more time here tonight before we turn them loose, and we're giving them 10 laps this time. How about 10 laps? How do you feel about that small run?
I think that's just like taking, it's like Wile E. Coyote with the dynamite in his hands and it's already lit. I don't think we're done seeing the dynamite kind of explode right now.
Well, a lot of things on the line here tonight. Remember, $200 straight to the winner of this one. That's with no bonuses. That's not with going back and checking who was where at what lap and all those lap bonuses we have here tonight. We got to thank each and every one of those BG Designs, Riley Duncan Racing, Edwards Setup Shop, Pristine Lawn Care, Alex Gretz Chassis, all the sponsors behind this, you know, putting in the little bonuses here this weekend for these drivers. It's always good to see the community come together, sponsorships come together here on iRacing.com. But, well, what do you say we give it another whirl this time by? The iRacing.com pace truck is in, put 9 laps on the board. Ryan Kuhn says, chase me if you can. Let's go to turn 1.
Yeah, the chase is on. It was Dylan Alt. Go there. Bronson's going to get turned sideways. Contact, yellow flag, big mess off turn number. McConaughey in the inside wall as well. The 36, Connor Rockwood hitting the coconut mound in off of turn number 2, and we are slowed for the 14th time, and that'll be Ryan Kuhn still leading the way. Dylan Alt was ready to go. He hit the go button as he got underneath Bronson on that restart. How about this driver, the 73 of Matthew Burgoyne, spent, would you say, over half this race at least one lap down. He finds himself in the 4th position.
Crazy night here tonight at Oxford. Let's take a look back. Let's see if we can see what starts to kick off the caution flag there. There we see the 36. He slows down as it was out in front of him at the time of the wreck. Let's see if we can find it back here. Oh, more contact between McCullum and the 14, I believe, possibly. Or is actually the truck's showing me the wrong thing. They were pointing something else out there, that the 78 was also involved in that one. But we already knew that.
I believe that started with the 69 of Bronson.
71 is also involved in that, yeah.
Yeah, tough break there. It was already started there on your replay there. McConaughey gets the outside wall, and, well, Bronson was started on the outside of the front row, and, well, he's going to tag along at the back of the field. So tough break for that driver who's had a up and down night, and, well, with 5 laps to go, not going to end where he most likely would have wanted to be.
RS Center also got a big piece of that one, so that number 110 definitely having to probably limp that one back across the line. So we're under our 14th caution flag of the evening now, 5 laps to go, so... Oh, man, my heart's pounding. I don't know. I'm going to fall out of this chair before this one's over.
Yeah, Ryan Kuhn up on the front one, Dylan Alt to his outside. Then it'll be the number 9 of Grayson Ward. He's been quietly inside the top 10 all night long. Matthew Burgoyne 4th. Alex McCullum back to the 5th starting spot on this restart. And outside of him, well, he's got the number 7 of Devin Landry. Jake Sylvia, RS Center, Jeff Cody, and Parker White, your top 10. And White, well, he's been off-road racing over the coconut mounds. He's been all over the place. And he's finally got that 95 inside the top 10.
I'm trying to play out now in my mind here which one of these drivers have the coconut up underneath them here that they are going to be able to go ahead and hold on to their positions. Kuhn, Alt, your front row. Ward and Burgoyne back there in row number 2. Then it's going to be McCullum and Landry, Sylvia, center, Cody, and Johnson. I mean, pick a name out of a hat. Look who's back on the lead lap and inside the top 15. Blade Timmons also having a long night. Green flag back in the air. Let's go for a green-white checker attempt. 2 laps to go here at Oxford.
Down to turn number 1, Kuhn jumps as the race leader. Here comes Ward and Alt doing the battle side by side. 73 of Burgoyne gets turned off the corner. Big trouble down the back stretch, and I believe the yellow flag is back out as Burgoyne got turned off of turn number 2.
So Burgoyne going for a ride. It looks like Parker White also going for a ride, possibly in the 71. McConaughey going for a ride, and everybody goes for a ride here tonight. Let's take a look back and see. There you see Burgoyne going around. There's Parker White. He's going to go down and got a little more air, just a little bit.
That was an evasive action, locked it down, and didn't quite hit the coconut tree though.
Don't really have a good angle, the truck is telling us here, of this caution flag, so we'll have to see Looks like the 78 actually of Sylvia got into the back of Burgoyne, which started that off. There's the 51 going around. Cody involved with that number 51. So everybody all over the place scattered, and you thought the timing and scoring was all jumbled up beforehand. I'll try to read it now.
I'm just going to say here, what I've done is now I've turned it to the countdown clock, as they have 20 minutes left in the race, or the checker flag, whichever comes first.
Al, how many green-white checker attempts do we have here tonight at Oxford? I didn't see that in the note packet here tonight. So how many laps?
I did not see that. I was just checking that myself. Trying to figure that one out here. And it doesn't look like there might be an unlimited amount of attempts, which means, well, we could be here till the time runs out.
Well, hey, that's more racing for all the fans tuning in out there. Let's give them another 2 laps here. Let's try it again. Green flag coming back out, and it's Kuhn, it's Ward, it's Alt, it's McCullum. Your top 4 drivers down into turn number 1. A great start by Ryan Kuhn once again. Battle for second, though. Here is Dylan Alt. He now takes the low line racing, number 42. Back into P number 2. Here comes Sylvia. He'll look to the inside. Caution lights coming back on. We didn't quite get to the line there, so the caution lights coming back on. I believe car number 51, Jeff Cody, has gone around to bring out the 16 caution flag of the evening. So the caution lights come back on.
I do know, I believe Blade Timmons took the ride over the banking down in turn number 3. And then there was other cars involved. You see all the smoke there.
Contact between that was the 87 of Chase Johnson to the back of the 69 of Bronson, also taking along Blade Timmons. That was to start the wreck, and then Cody goes for a ride off the turn 4. Let's watch what happened to Cody here, because that's what actually is going to trigger the caution flag. Canova, there you see the 71. There goes the 95 for a little bit of a spin of Parker White, unfortunately. And then the 51, QC. Goes and does a 360, and hey, he drops the gear and keeps going.
Yeah, practicing the burnout, and he'll get that 51 pointed back in the right direction. Meanwhile, they're starting to double them back up here as we come back to live pictures. Ryan Kuhn is going to start on the front row. He is going to be the driver that sets the pace. How about the 42 of Alt? He'll now restart on the outside once again. That dropped Grayson Ward back into the 3rd position. And then the 78 of Jake Sylvia will be on the outside of row number 2. Alex McCullum, well, he's still 5th, and Devin Landry in the top 6.
So with him running in the 6th position, RS Center, Caden Tuss, Peyton Howell, and Connor Rockwood, who transferred in from our B main event. That is your top 10 drivers right now. Only 2 drivers out of this event, Thomas Axum and Austin Ty is out of here. They are off the speedway, currently being scored. So, let's line them back up. This should get the one to go this time by. So the Berniers Liquor, number 72 of Ryan Kuhn, the number 7 on the scoring for everybody following along back at home. Grayson Ward, Jake Sylvia, your top 4 drivers. It's kind of the same as what we just saw in that last restart here, except we swap Alt on the front row for Ward, and let's see how this one's going to turn out.
Do they make it off turn 4?
I believe we could. Here we go. Green flag back into the air. Ryan Kuhn going to smash the gas. He's going to go real fast. And what's going to be the outcome down here in turn number 1? Here comes Grayson Ward. He'll battle back to the inside. The inside lane's been the place to be. Kuhn, Ward, and here comes now Alex McCullum out of turn number 4.
McCullum works to the inside this time by. The white silk will fly. This one will end underneath the checkered flag. Ryan Kuhn leads them into turn number 1 and 2. Down to backstretch for the final time. They head to you off turn number 3.
Down into 3 for the final time here tonight. Ryan Kuhn going to be taking home the win. He'll win the virtual Oxford 250 here tonight, presented by Track Time Entertainment. Grayson Ward will finish in that 2nd position. Alex McCullum was 3rd. Jake Sylvia was 4th. And RS Center picks up 21 spots. He is the biggest mover shaker at the dance. RS Center rounding out the top 5. Dylan Alt falls back to 6th with Devin Landry there in 7th. Caden Tuss finishes 8th with Parker White back in 9th. And Matthew Burgoyne will round out your top 10 drivers here tonight. So Ryan Kuhn will go to victory lane. There you see him down. Everybody trying to circle around him and congratulate him for a great race here tonight at the Oxford Plains Speedway. And, man, I'm out of breath.
I'm out of breath there. I'm worn out and it wasn't even in the race car tonight.
Oh, I don't know, Al, if that was too many donuts or what that was for you, but what I can tell you
Well,
is
it wasn't donuts. You ate the full baker's dozen on me.
I was hungry and they had peanut butter, Al. There's no excuse for it, I know, but you know, Ryan Kuhn is going to be taking us out to dinner, I believe. We're going to be able to get a word in with Ryan Kuhn and possibly Grayson Ward and Alex McCullum after we take a quick break here from the virtual Oxford Plains Speedway here tonight. Of course, the virtual Oxford 250 here presented by Track Time Entertainment, I should say, as Ryan Kuhn is your winner. We'll be right back here with your post-race show in a few moments.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Oxford Plains Speedway here tonight for the virtual Oxford 250, presented by Track Time Entertainment. 250 laps and a little bit of extra overtime needed here tonight to figure out who was going to win this one here as the sun was starting to set. Well, we didn't need any more laps because we know who won this one, and it is the driver of that number 72, Ryan Kuhn. Ryan, another victory here on the iRacing.com platform. But this one, well, you had some strong competitors out there really chasing you down at the end of this one. Were you worried? Let's just jump straight to the end of this race. Were you worried with those drivers and all those restarts?
Yeah, I was a little worried at first. You know, I saw McCollum come in, and I saw a couple other guys coming through the field on fresh tires. But, you know, I knew those cautions would help cool the tires down, and on those heat cycles, it seems to even them back out. But, you know, at the end there, I was like, yeah, if I can just nail this restart, I got this. And I did just that. And, you know, congrats to the top three. And, you know, it was one heck of a race for sure.
It's not just one heck of a race here. I mean, really, let's think about it. It's been one heck of a week. You were able to pick up a championship just 7 days ago right here in the Turn 3 Racing Network. Now you turn around, you come here, and you're going to pocket another $200. Where are we putting the money? We putting it into the road car, I bet, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, we got a small little team in real life, and, you know, we make the best of what we got. A bunch of older cars, and, you know, we work with them pretty good, so And even in the real world, we've had a good last couple of weeks. We ran 3 races. The last 3 races, one local race at Seekonk Speedway. We finished second there. Finished third with the Pro All-Star Series Tour at Seekonk for the Bay State Classic, and also finished fourth in the Midsummer Classic up at White Mountain Motorsports Park. So, all those are huge events, and I'm excited. The last couple of weeks have definitely been great.
So on the real world side of things, you accomplished another feat here, though. Back in 2019, you were the pole sitter for the Oxford 250. I mean, is there something about this track that you really like?
I love this track. With the real life stuff, it's definitely different. The 2 and 3 groove work. So there's multiple grooves here in the real world, and unfortunately on iRacing, it's just wrap that curb. But in the real world, you can make the 2 groove and the 3 groove, what they call it, up there in real life work. And I love this place. The real life 250 hasn't treated us well at all in the last couple of years. Finished 23rd in 2019 and wrecked out on the first lap in last year. So hopefully this year will be better. It seems like we're getting our real life programs a lot better, and hopefully we can win the big show here in a couple of weeks.
Well, before you get to the big show, though, tell us about the paint scheme also on this number 72 here tonight. A brand new paint scheme just coming here tonight at Oxford.
I tell you what, RS Center from Studio 10 Wraps knocked this car out of the ballpark. This thing is unbelievable. I looked at that scheme, I'm like, there's no way you did that. I'm like, dude, that is unbelievable. The awesome Bernier's Liquor scheme, and I showed Peter Bernier, the owner of Bernier's Liquors. He thought it was awesome. So a lot of new paint schemes. We had a lot of Bernier's cars in the field tonight, which I absolutely appreciate. I'm sure Peter appreciates it too. So it's absolutely incredible to get this paint scheme in Victory Lane. I can't thank Peter Bernier enough from Bernier's Liquors, Everett's Auto Parts, Modern Auto Body, Studio 10 Wraps, Coastal Heritage Bank, Wiki Driver Development Program. You guys in the booth, RKM Setup Shop, Austin Edwards putting on this awesome show. It was just what an unbelievable day.
Well, we're going to let you get out of here and go celebrate, because I know there's a lot of people back in the Discord that are jumping for joy right now watching you here tonight. So congratulations, Ryan. You took home the check of $200 here tonight. Don't spend it all on, a tire.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
There you hear it, race fans. Ryan Kuhn picking up the win here tonight. Al, as we take a quick look here at the race results, a great race nonetheless here at Oxford. We knew coming into the night it was going to be one of the best shows of the season that we've been able to be a part of, and it pretty much lived up to every aspect that we thought.
Yeah, if you're not a short track racing fan and that did not put you on the edge of your seat all the way through the event, there was action from the start to the end of this one. And, you might want to check your pulse, because I'm not sure that you're alive if you did not enjoy that one. But hats off to Ryan Kuhn on picking up the win here tonight. Grayson Ward was quiet all night long, comes home second. Alex McCullum with a nice rebound in that third spot. And how about RS Center rounding out the top 5?
Yeah, he rounded out the top 5 and had himself the biggest mover. 21 spots gained by the driver of that 110 entry. It was a rough night for him. Dylan Alt had a little bit of a downward spiral at the end of this one, just was not able to get that 42 back up and going. Devin Landry with a great rebound, and Caden Tuss filling in here tonight. He makes it back up to the 8th spot. Parker White, a really rough night in car number 95. Matthew Burgoyne rounds out the top 10, but it was a great show nonetheless. Next time, though, that you could get on track with a lot of these drivers, how about it? The Big Ten Super Series putting on a race at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway on August the 15th. It's the Bash at the Beach, and you can catch that racing action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. That is August the 15th. Make sure you contact the Big Ten Super Series, get in the Discord, and get all the information ready to go and get on track on August the 15th. But boy, we got to thank everybody that was a part of this show all day long. We got to thank Track Time Entertainment. We see them out all across the iRacing.com platform. Check them out on Facebook.com at Track Time Entertainment. We also got to thank Pristine Lawn Care for coming on board. A lot of these drivers tore up the virtual grass here tonight. They're going to have to go out there and fix it up a little bit. And, of course, we got to say, Pete, we love you. We miss you. We can't wait to see you back out here, Pete. Get well. tonight, all these drivers had that logo right there that you see on screen, the Stay Strong Pete logo. Of course, 51, Pete's favorite number. That's what he runs all the time. Pete, we can't wait to see you, buddy. Fight the battle, and we'll be here waiting for you. But boy, a great race here tonight. The virtual Oxford 250 going to Ryan Kuhn and the Ryan Kuhn Motorsports Group. Congratulations to him. Grayson Ward for finishing in the second position, and Alex McCullum for finishing in third. We also got to give a huge shout out before we get off the air here tonight. Austin Edwards, the man from the Edwards Setup Shop over on Facebook.com. He's the man behind it all. If it wasn't for Austin Edwards, none of this would have come together and blown up the way it did. When all the racers and the race fans that tuned in, we thank you also for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So for everybody back here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, I'm Roger Muth. That is Al Smith, and we will see you at the beach.